The United Nations General Assembly has overwhelmingly passed a resolution endorsing the New York Declaration on the two-state solution. The draft, co-sponsored by more than 40 nations, including France, Saudi Arabia and China, won 142 votes in favor, 10 against and 12 abstentions. The United States and Israel opposed the measure. The declaration calls for a Gaza ceasefire, rejects unilateral actions, and supports governance and development in a future Palestinian state. World leaders are set to reconvene on September 22nd to resume the International Peace Conference. Egypt has welcomed the UN General Assembly's adoption of the resolution endorsing the New York Declaration on implementing the two-state solution. The resolution, passed with support from 142 countries, reaffirms the Palestinians' right to self-determination and the establishment of an independent state on the 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. Cairo said the broad backing reflects overwhelming international support for Palestinian rights. Egypt urged all nations to work toward implementing the declaration's outcomes to revive peace efforts and end Israeli aggression. It stressed that peace cannot be achieved without a Gaza ceasefire and an end to what it called Israel's use of siege and starvation to force Palestinians from their land, a policy Egypt firmly regrets. Israel has carried out heavy airstrikes on Gaza City, killing at least 6 people from one family. Palestinian sources said the raids targeted homes near Yarmouk and in al-Shati refugee camp. Civil defense teams recovered 6 bodies from the rubble after the Israeli strike leveled a family's home. Israeli airstrikes in Gaza City have destroyed residential buildings and tents sheltering displaced Palestinians, leaving families with nothing. Residents were seen inspecting rubble and burnt-out cars after overnight strikes. Displaced Palestinians said their shelters were reduced to ash, accusing Israel of forcing civilians to flee without resources to move south. Many vowed to remain in the streets, reassembling torn tents despite the destruction. Families, including women and children, were pictured among the ruins with their belongings scattered across the ground. Meanwhile, thousands have marched in New Zealand's biggest city in support of Palestinians in what organisers called the country's largest Gaza solidarity rally since the war began. Up to 50,000 people joined the March for Humanity rally in central Auckland, according to the Aotearoa for Palestine group, though police put the figure at 20,000. Authorities said there were no arrests and roads along the route have reopened. Organisers had hoped to shut down a major city bridge inspired by last month's Sydney protest, but scrapped the plan due to strong winds. Thousands of protesters have gathered in Yemen's capital, Sana'a, to show solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza. The rally at Sabine Square drew large crowds of Houthi supporters waving Palestinian flags and weapons while chanting against Israel. Demonstrators expressed what they called unwavering support for the Palestinian people as the Gaza war continues.